Quick results crew, what's going on? I'm back with another video. Let's jump right into this. This video, guys, takes place, I believe it was in 7th grade. It might have been 8th grade. And it's the time that my neighbor punched me in the face, and we never really talked to each other after that. Like, never ever again. And it was kind of shitty because we were like really close friends. But let's jump right into this story, guys. So like I said, in 7th grade, I had this neighbor. His name was Luke, and we did everything together. And I don't want to say like everything together like best friends type shit, but like it's your neighbor. And when you're younger, at least where I grew up, my parents had like a screen limit. Like I was only allowed to watch like an hour and a half of screens a day. So the rest of the time, you had to be outside. Like you were running around with kids in the neighborhood, just doing random shit. Like, I hate to say like I'm that older generation before like the Gen Z kids that just play video games and all that, but I really was like the last 1 or 2 years of kids actually playing outside. And we would play basketball, we would ride our bikes, we would go swimming, we'd have slip and slides, literally anything you can imagine. And the fire thing was, I lived in this neighborhood that literally had 15 kids all around my age. So there was Luke, there was Sydney, there was Skylar. Luke had these 2 twins that lived across the street. Luke had a brother and a sister. There was this girl, Abby and Gina, that lived down the street. There was this other girl, Skylar. My cousin Colin lived on the street. He had an older brother, Connor. Like, literally, we hung out with these kids all the time, every single day. And this was just like that, except I started falling into my bad patterns. I started smoking weed, and I started hanging out with other people besides the neighborhood kids. And Luke's parents were really strict and never let him, like, he didn't have a phone. He didn't listen to rap music. He only listened to country music. They were really religious. But, like, that's okay. That's fine. They were just, like, a really old-school Italian family. I think both the parents were engineers. Like, they had high aspirations for their children. All power to them. You raised a great family. And one year, I start bringing my friends around him, and he's not in love with them at all. You could really tell that he does not like these kids. And we go to this fair, and this kid named Blake, who was like the head honcho of the middle school, but he was like a bad kid. He was like the most popular kid in the school, and Luke was literally like a nobody to him. But I was like, yo, I'm bringing my neighbor. We're going to this fair. And yeah. So we go to the fair. Everything happens. Luke has to leave like 2 hours earlier than everybody else. Me and my friends were super into like BMX biking. If you guys don't know much about it, it's just doing tricks on your bike. But everybody had these super expensive bikes like Sundays, or that's the only brand I can really remember. Or Haro. Like, there was this bike shop near us, and all these kids would go drop like $500-$600 on a bike. It doesn't sound like a ton of money, but if you guys think about it, when you're in middle school and you have no money, you're begging to your parents for a bike. So I got a bike. I had a kink curb. My buddies all had bikes, and we would go to the skate park. We would ride. We would just ride and smoke and shit. And Blake had the nicest bike. He had this Sunday, and it was like $900. It was like $300 more than everybody else's. And Luke, unknowingly, when he went to go unlock his bike, which was just a big mountain bike, like not a BMX bike, like he didn't have one of those, and he scratches the frame of Blake's bike, unknowingly. And he leaves. The next day, Blake sees that there's a scratch on his bike, and he instantly blames this kid. Like, without even knowing, like, you're 7th grade, bro, you just blame the fucking weird kid that you don't know. And that's exactly what he did. So, he starts texting him. He calls me, he's like, what the fuck is this kid's number? I don't even know what's going on. So, I send him Luke's number. And Luke, gets text from this kid named Blake. And he started getting all these texts like, I'm going to beat your ass, like, you're paying for my bike, you better have the money for me. And then my dad gets a text from Luke's dad, and he's like, hey, I don't know what's going on, but something over this bike, my son's getting threatening. And Adam was Luke's dad, and Adam was always a pussy. Like, the most uptight, like, don't talk to my kid like that. Like, just a pussy ass dad, bro. Like, he thought he was hot shit, but like, you ain't all that, Adam. Come on now. Living in the suburbs. Anyways, Adam was texting my dad, and he was causing an issue. Like, tell your son's friends to like stop threatening my kid. My dad's like, well, you're not gonna be like that. Like, you're not gonna be a dick to me about some stuff that like Jordan's not even involved in. And he was like, yeah, you're right, I'm sorry. And so the next day, I go play football with them. And we always played football. But I don't know what was going on this day. Like, I don't know if Luke was like scared or trying to prove something to somebody. So he's like, let's play tackle instead of touch. But we had like, so my house and my neighbor's house, front yard's connected, so it makes like a huge front yard. So you almost had like 50-yard football field you could actually play. So we were like, all right, let's play tackle. Like, that's cool. Just no tackles at the edges. Like, you can get tackled on the curb. Like, you didn't want to get busted up by the curb. We always had those rules if we played tackle. Like, no tackles by the curb, no tackles by the sidewalk. But other than that, you're good. And we start playing, and he has this little brother that's probably like 2-3 years younger than us. But he's like underdeveloped, he's shorter. But he's a better basketball player than his older brother already. Like, he's the more athletic one, you could tell. So he always played with us, and he was honestly better than Luke. And his name was Ben. And so he runs this streak route. I'm playing cornerback. Luke's playing QB. And I low-key kind of blindside him. Like, I don't mean to, but like, he's looking at the ball, making a play on the ball. I'm also making a play on the ball, but I'm like 6-7 inches taller than this kid. And I easily got like 50-60 pounds on him. So I come up to make the play on the ball, and he kind of just runs into my shoulder, and he just gets laid the fuck out. He just drops to the fucking ground. And instantly I hear Luke scream. He's like, Ben! I'm like, what? Like, I mean, he's like, good, bro. Like, he's just on the ground. Like, he'll get up. And then this kid starts running at me. Ben gets up. Like, he's literally fine. You don't fucking hit Ben! And comes up and just sucker punches me right in the face. And I didn't really know what to think or what to do. So I just ran back to my house. Like, I wasn't going to fight my neighbor. Like, I thought about it. I was like, I don't know why he just did this. Maybe I should just go home. So I literally just ran back home. Didn't throw a punch. And I go to my house. Go to my dad. I'm like, bro, this fucking pussy just punched me in the face. He's like, who are you talking about? I'm like, Luke. Like, Luke literally just punched me in the face. 5 minutes later, I shit you not, Luke comes knocking on my door with his dad. Luke's in tears. His dad's fucking coming up all hot-headed to my dad. He's like waving his finger in his face like, I don't want your kid near my kid anymore. And my dad's like, well, Adam, don't you fucking wave your finger in my face, Adam. Like, I'm not no fucking kid. You're not going to lecture me like I'm a fucking kid. And they're going at it. And I'm looking at him. Luke, I'm like, you hit like a girl, bro. Like, this is my common thing. Whenever I get punched in the face and I eat it, I'm like, bro, you hit like a girl. We'll get into a story where my dad punched me in the face some other time. But he's sitting there and he's like hiding behind his dad. I'm like, bro, you hit like a girl. And I was like, you want to go for real? And he's like, no, I'm sorry. And Adam and my dad kind of cool off. Like, my mom walks in. He's like, Glenn, like, stop. There's no need for that. And they went back to their house. And I shit you not, bro. Shit was real awkward after that. Like, real awkward. I ended up going to a private school. Like, he didn't end up going to my school in high school because I went to a private school. He couldn't afford that shit. Broke ass Luke. Anyways, I went to a private school, so I didn't see him. But then just, like, being on the streets and stuff, bro, they never waved at us. You know, just friendly neighbor type shit. Like, bro, they were so reclused. Like, I'm telling you, they had, like, no friends in their neighborhood to the point that they literally, one of the houses next to them went for sale. So they had one of, like, the younger friends' parents buy the house so that the kids had someone to play with, because they had twins and they also had a daughter. So the daughter got to play with, like, the girl, and then the boy got to play with Ben. So they literally had to set it up because no one else in the neighborhood would hang out with them. And then I heard they ended up, like, blowing shit up with that neighbor too, literally to the point that they moved out and they don't want anything to do with them anymore. But it's pretty fucked up. Like, we were so close and so tight, and then he just stopped. Like, I mean, I get it, bro. You don't think like 3-4 years later, like, you could say something to me, we could make it up? His little brother followed me on Instagram, and I followed him back. He seems like he's doing good. I hope he's doing good. I don't have any ill will for the family, bro. It's just like, why are you guys so soft? Your kid punched me in the face one time, and you can't handle the heat, so you guys want to be like recluses and be weird? What would you guys have done in that situation? Would you guys have just beat his ass? I just didn't want to beat his ass because I didn't want to like make the circumstances worse. But it seems like the dad blew him out of proportion anyway. Like, if I knew that his dad wasn't gonna let him hang out with me anymore, I probably would have just hit him with a little one too. But I wasn't trying to like break our friendship. I was like, yo, he's heated. I just laid out his brother. Like, he'll probably calm down like tomorrow or some shit. But then no, then we never spoke again. Never ever spoke again. And I always see him out in his front yard playing basketball with his brother. And he would look over at me, and I knew he wanted to play with me, but his dad didn't allow it. Yeah, guys, that was a story about how my neighbor punched me in the face, and then I never talked to him again. Yeah. If you guys enjoyed this story, like and subscribe, and I'll make sure to make some more.